The egg lie and your heart. According to the World Health Organization, heart diseases are the #1 cause of deaths worldwide, claiming about 17.9 million lives every year. Back in 1961, a scientist named Ansel Benjamin Keys claimed that consuming saturated fats, such as those found in meats, dairy, and eggs, increased cholesterol levels and could lead to heart attacks. An egg contains 1.6 grams of saturated fat and 186.5 milligrams of cholesterol. The recommendation is not to exceed 300 milligrams of cholesterol per day, so 2 eggs would already surpass this limit. However, Keyes' case studies were criticized for cherry-picking information that supported his theory, while leaving out data that didn't align with his hypothesis. Keyes, without much scientific evidence, argued that saturated fats were bad for the heart, an idea that even gained support from prominent figures in the health field at the time. The American Heart Association, influenced by this theory, warned against consuming these fats, believing they increased bad cholesterol. However, Keyes' research wasn't as solid as it seemed, relying more on observations than concrete data, especially at a time when the United States was witnessing a worrying increase in heart attacks since the 1950s. So, what truly influences heart diseases? Why haven't guidelines to consume less saturated fat reduced heart diseases? And what's the real role of eggs in this story? Stay with us to better understand how some ideas about diet and heart health, which seemed correct, can actually be harmful. But before we delve deeper, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to stay updated on our latest content. Ansel Benjamin Keys conducted a renowned study by selecting 7 countries, which, according to him, demonstrated that consuming high amounts of saturated fat increased the risk of heart diseases. These countries were Japan, the United States, Italy, Greece, Yugoslavia, the Netherlands, and Finland. What he didn't disclose was that he omitted 15 other countries that didn't fit his theory. For instance, Norway and Sweden had high levels of saturated fat consumption, but didn't have high rates of death from heart diseases, while Chile, despite low consumption of such fats, had high rates of heart disease deaths. Furthermore, Keyes' analysis of people's diets was quite limited, examining only 1 day for Americans and at most 1 week for Europeans. Interestingly, when he looked at the diet on the island of Crete in Greece, he did so during a religious fasting period, which certainly doesn't reflect the usual diet of the population. Recently, 5 studies revealed that there is no direct link between saturated fat consumption and heart problems. In fact, they found that diets high in carbohydrates and hydrogenated oils could be more harmful. A significant study in 2020 led by a scientist named Hopper reviewed data from 15 controlled trials involving over 56,000 participants. They observed what happened when people consumed less saturated fat and more other types of fat or carbohydrates for at least 24 months. Ultimately, they found that consuming less saturated fat decreased the risk of heart problems by 17%, but didn't affect the risk of death. Substituting saturated fats with polyunsaturated fats reduced the risk of heart problems by 21%, whereas replacing saturated fats with carbohydrates only reduced this risk by 16%. In a recent 2021 study conducted by researchers from Australia, an interesting finding was made about dairy-saturated fats, such as milk and yogurt. Contrary to popular belief, these dairy products may even reduce the risk of heart diseases. They discovered that a specific type of fat found in dairy, called trans-palmitoleic acid, is not linked to heart diseases or an increased risk of death. Another study, conducted with the participation of scientists from various European countries, analyzed data from 16.7 individuals across 9 different countries. The results showed that, overall, consuming saturated fats wasn't linked to a higher risk of heart problems. However, the type of food where these fats are found does make a difference. For instance, the research indicated that increasing yogurt or cheese consumption by 1% raised the risk of heart disease by 7% and 2%, respectively. Conversely, consuming more butter and red meats increased the risk by 7% and 2%, respectively. These studies challenge the notion that all saturated fats are bad for the heart, suggesting that the source of fat may be more important than the quantity consumed. A study conducted by the University of Sydney in Australia and published in 2021 brought new perspectives on the relationship between saturated fats and heart health. Focusing on nearly 10,000 women aged 50 to 55 over 15 years, researchers found that saturated fat consumption wasn't associated with an increased risk of heart diseases or death. Surprisingly, they noted an association between the intake of these fats and a reduction in cases of obesity, type 2 diabetes, and high blood pressure. Furthermore, the study suggested that moderate carbohydrate intake could be related to a lower risk of heart diseases, although it didn't directly affect the risk of death. These findings challenge the traditional view on saturated fats, suggesting they're not as harmful as previously thought. Conversely, it underscores the importance of considering the quality and source of foods consumed, rather than simply categorizing certain types of fat as bad. This research reinforces the idea that nutrition is complex and that saturated fats shouldn't be seen as direct villains in increasing the risk of heart diseases and death. Bad cholesterol and heart risk. The so-called bad cholesterol is a type of blood fat scientifically known as LDL. It's lighter than the type of cholesterol considered good, HDL. Because LDL is lighter, it moves slowly in the bloodstream and can accumulate on the walls of blood vessels, forming a kind of buildup or plaques. These plaques, called atheromas, are formed not only by bad cholesterol, but also by other substances in the blood, such as minerals and defense cells trying to combat the accumulation of LDL. Over time, these plaques can grow and begin to block the flow of blood in the arteries, a process called atherosclerosis. Atherosclerosis is dangerous because it hinders blood passage, increases blood pressure, makes the heart work harder, and can lead to clot formation. If a clot blocks an artery, it can cause serious issues like heart attacks or strokes. Are eggs bad for your heart? What does Harvard University say? For a long time, eggs were viewed with suspicion in heart-healthy diets due to their saturated fat content. However, thanks to a series of research, the perspective on eggs has changed. Harvard informs us that consuming 1 egg per day won't increase the levels of bad cholesterol in your blood. The truth is that cholesterol in our body doesn't solely come from food. The liver also produces cholesterol from the fats we eat, including saturated and trans fats. However, eggs contain very little saturated fat, only 1.5 grams per large egg, meaning their consumption isn't a risk for cholesterol elevation. Additionally, eggs offer important antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, crucial for eye health, and choline, which is beneficial for the brain. They are also rich in vitamins A, B, and D, essential for tissue health, red blood cell production, and energy metabolism. With 6 grams of protein and only 72 calories per large egg, the benefits of including eggs in the diet outweigh potential risks. 9 benefits of eating eggs. Number 1. Highly nutritious. Eggs are incredibly nutrient-rich, providing almost everything your body needs. A single large egg offers 6 grams of high-quality protein, 5 grams of healthy fats, and only 78 calories. They are a rich source of vitamin A, folate, pantothenic acid, vitamins B12 and B2, phosphorus, and selenium, as well as containing vitamins E and D, B6, K, and zinc. Opting for organic or omega-3 enriched eggs enhances their nutritional quality even further. Number 2. Does not raise blood cholesterol. Despite containing about 186 milligrams of cholesterol per egg, eating eggs doesn't necessarily increase blood cholesterol levels for most people. This is because the liver adjusts the amount of cholesterol it produces based on our dietary intake. So, for 80% of people, eating eggs doesn't change cholesterol levels. However, about 30% of individuals, particularly those more sensitive to dietary cholesterol, may see an impact if their bodies react strongly to fat and cholesterol from foods. Number 3. Improves good cholesterol. Consuming eggs may increase levels of HDL, known as good cholesterol, which is beneficial for health. High HDL levels help reduce the risk of health issues by potentially lowering the accumulation of LDL, or bad cholesterol, in the arteries. A study by the University of Connecticut found that consuming up to 3 eggs per day can help raise HDL cholesterol levels, benefiting the body with the antioxidant action of carotenoids present in eggs, especially in healthy individuals. Number 4. Rich in choline. Choline is an essential nutrient crucial for building cell membranes and producing chemical signals in the brain, vital for brain health and cellular function. Many people are unaware of the importance of this nutrient, but fortunately, an egg provides over 100 mg of choline. Therefore, including 1 egg per day in your diet significantly contributes to avoiding a deficiency of this vital nutrient. Number 5. Lower risk of heart disease. The type of cholesterol found in eggs consists of large particles. Unlike the small, dense particles more prone to artery blockages, although eggs contain cholesterol, the large LDL particles present in them tend to be less harmful, thus reducing the risk of heart disease and artery plaque formation, as they are more easily processed by the liver. Number 6. Source of essential antioxidants. Eggs are an excellent source of lutein and zeaxanthin, antioxidants from the carotenoid family primarily found in yellow or orange foods. These antioxidants are crucial for eye health, helping to protect against macular degeneration and cataracts, improving night vision, and are also converted into vitamin A in the body, benefiting ocular tissue health. Number 7. Sources of omega-3. Omega-3 fatty acids are essential for health, helping to reduce bad cholesterol and triglycerides, decrease inflammation, and maintain healthy cells and tissues. Additionally, they are crucial for the structure of cell membranes. Since our bodies don't produce omega-3, it's important to obtain it through diet. Eggs, especially enriched or free-range eggs, are a good source of omega-3. Number 8. Rich in quality proteins. Eggs contain high-quality proteins, providing all the essential amino acids our bodies need in adequate amounts. Sufficient protein intake is vital for tissue health, maintaining energy, and muscle strengthening. For those who don't consume meat, eggs are an excellent way to include easily digestible proteins in the diet, as a single egg offers 6 grams of protein. Number 9. Increases satiety. Adding eggs to your diet can help increase feelings of fullness, making you feel satisfied for longer periods and consequently consume fewer calories throughout the day. A study conducted by the University of South Australia found that eating eggs for breakfast can boost satiety, reduce the number of calories consumed at lunch, and aid in weight loss, especially in individuals with obesity. Substituting sugary cereals with eggs for breakfast can be a healthy choice for those seeking weight control. Eggs, dairy, and meats are sources of saturated fats, and for a long time, we were warned that these fats were not good for our health. However, more recent studies show that the real villains are the fats found in processed foods, like refined carbohydrates, hydrogenated fats, and trans fats. With this new understanding, we have the opportunity to improve our health by opting for foods with real nutritional value. But remember, moderation is key in any diet to maintain good health. We hope this video has been helpful. If you have anything to add, please share it with us in the comments section. Like this video and share the link with your family and friends so they too can learn about the egg lie and its impact on heart health. If you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe to keep learning. I'm leaving 2 videos on the screen that I'm sure you'll enjoy. See you there!